Kade Anderson off the board at number 3 to the Seattle Mariners. The strong throwing lefty out of LSU helped to win the national championship this past season. Had 180 strikeouts this past year. Most in Division I. Won 2 national championships. One of them was with Paul Skeens, who was drafted number 1 overall a few seasons ago. He was the mop at this year's College World Series. And again, this kid can throw hard. He's already undergone Tommy John surgery, which is something that people ask about in terms of his health and moving forward and what his ceiling is in the major leagues. And based on the history out of LSU in terms of arms, pretty darn good. Ben McDonald, Kevin Gausman, Paul Skeens. There's many more, but these are the guys that come out of LSU and they become pretty good major leaguers. All right, back here with national college reporter from Baseball America, Jacob Rudner, and CBS Sports HQ MLB analyst Chris Welsh. Jacob, you followed Kade Anderson all season. You saw him at the College World Series. This is a great pick for the Mariners at 3.
I'll tell you what, this would have been my favorite pick at number 1 if it happened as well. I thought that Kade Anderson was the favorite to go. I thought he should have gone number 1. And I think that the Mariners, who are excellent developers of pitching, got a steal at number 3. This is a guy who has a very legitimate 4-pitch mix. We saw him really round into form as the season went on. I view Kade Anderson as the top college pitcher, if not the top pitcher in this year's draft. I was extremely impressed with his poise on the mound throughout the College World Series. We saw him throw a complete game shutout in the national championship, which was obviously impressive in its own right. But this is somebody who's continuing to develop. He has a slider that I think is very good and is developing. It's gotten a lot better as the year has gone on. It's become a real weapon. He's up to 97. He's got a lower release point, which I think plays really well right now, and a curveball that spins over 3,000 RPMs. This is a complete package pitcher who knows how to do it all. The Mariners get a really, really good player.
Boy, guys, this is a fun draft. This is a very fun draft. I don't think there was a mock draft out there that had the top 2 picks going where they were, and that leads to there's no chance that the Mariners were really giving thought that like they were going to get Kade Anderson, and they've got to be jumping for joy. A lot of great points have already been said. I think the Tommy John being out is fascinating. He's got 4 good pitches. You can argue at the level of greatness that they can be, but you're also going to an organization that has just got a bunch of masterminds. These guys are always tinkering. I live out here in Arizona, and I'm at camp every single year talking to Logan Gilbert, Bryce Miller, and these guys are always tinkering, always working through. Brian Wu is having a breakout season, and you're going to give me a high spin guy with 4 great pitches, and you're going to put in that organization. He could be moving a little bit further up the system if they end up moving maybe a Luis Castillo into the offseason. I think there is tremendous upside. Mariners right now, they are winning this draft, and there's some pretty fascinating comps out there. If people want to think about what Kade Anderson can be, it's like a Max Fried. That has been thrown out there, and I see it with the big curveball, the fastball, the 4 pitches. So this is just a phenomenal situation for the Seattle Mariners and their fans.
Hey, take a look at the highest players selected from LSU. There's some other big names that have come out of LSU, including Aaron Nola, Austin Nola, the Nola brothers. Kade Anderson goes 3 to the Seattle Mariners. And Jacob, you talk about the fit. He's going to go pitch with development in Seattle, but also he's going to pitch at the major league level in a pitcher's-friendly ballpark at T-Mobile Park. So this is a friendly pick for not only Seattle, but also for Kade Anderson and his development.
It sure is. And like I said, you know, the Mariners have garnered a reputation in recent years as being an organization that can do a lot of great things for pitchers, even guys who are as advanced as Kade Anderson. I think that there's still a lot left in the tank for him to be able to do. Like you guys have said, he's only a short time removed from Tommy John surgery, and that's going to allow him to continue to get better, especially in this organization. And as we talked about when we were discussing the 1st overall pick, I view Kade Anderson as somebody who can get to the major leagues very quickly. So for Seattle, this is somebody who they're going to be able to tinker with. Their pitching lab is renowned for being able to make guys better over time, and I think that they're going to be able to have a chance to do that with him at the highest level of the game in short order.
And one of the most fascinating parts about this as well is that this team probably not having this full expectation that they were going to get this level of a college pitcher. I think a lot of us thought like Seth Hernandez would be the guy that they would lock into, or maybe a college hitter, that this creates more flexibility for an organization that is pushing and looking to win at an even higher level, that you now have great pitching depth. And if Kade Anderson is a guy that we could see, let's just say like Chase Burns, who was less than a year removed being able to come up to the majors, it allows them the flexibility, as I said, whether it is Luis Castillo moving off or they end up moving off another pitcher and maybe building that up. Or, you know, what is the one thing you can never have enough of? Great pitching. So this is just a phenomenal spot, phenomenal destination in what has been a very crazy top of the draft so far.
Jacob, where would you say Kade's ceiling is in terms of, and maybe not ceiling, but how quick he makes it to the major? I know a lot of this is projecting, right? Because this isn't the NBA draft. This isn't the NFL draft where guys come in right away and play in their rookie season a lot of times. Now, of course, we're seeing some guys like you mentioned, Chase Burns. We saw Jacob Mizorowski's in the All-Star game, albeit it's a little controversial that he's in the All-Star game, but he's in the All-Star game nonetheless. How soon do you think we see him at the big league level in Seattle?
I think next year is very possible. You know, you don't want to project too quickly or try and push guys up in the system, you know, at an advanced rate. But I do think, like I said, Kade Anderson is advanced, and he's somebody who doesn't necessarily need a lot more development to be able to go get outs at the big league level. I do think that we've seen a lot of his top end stuff already. And so for that reason, you know, with success next year, there is a good chance. One thing I'll add, though, he did throw 119 pitches for he threw 119 innings for LSU this year, which is a lot, and especially for somebody who's coming off of Tommy John surgery. So the Mariners may try to slow down the progress of this a little bit to try and protect his arm, but I do think that towards the second half of next season, it becomes very reasonable that we see him at the major league level.
Yeah, he threw, I think he threw 130 pitches, right? Right? Yeah, I mean, he was an absolute workhorse, but we know that college coaches, college managers, they will ride those arms as long as they can at the college level, and they certainly did so at LSU. It helped them win a national championship. Chris Welsh, Jacob Rudner here as we continue our MLB draft coverage. And Kade Anderson going 3rd overall to the Seattle Mariners. Look at this. He has the 3rd most strikeouts in a season in LSU history, behind only Paul Skeens, Ben McDonald. Both those guys went 1-1 in their respective draft classes. Kade Anderson goes 1-3 to the Seattle Mariners.